Welcome to Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple. And Sergeant Hawley, we have an interesting question today.
Yes, we do.
It is regarding muzzle loaders.
Yes, this came from Mr. Brown.
Yes,
hello, Mr. Brown.
Yes, thank you for that question. And it relates to, basically, his father was a gunsmith. And toward the end of his life, he built a masterpiece muzzle-loading target rifle. And he goes on to say, what's the law regarding these? Can he have one with no idea of ever firing them? Just can he possess one?
Sure. So I had to do some research on this one. We don't see a whole lot of muzzleloaders. They're kind of a niche within the firearms community, I guess you could say. A little more prevalent than I thought they were when I started doing some research. But first of all, some people are like, I don't really know much about firearms, let alone what's a muzzleloader. What are you guys talking about? So let's explain what they are. Essentially, it's a firearm where the propellant is poured down the barrel, and then what you would consider a bullet or a projectile is then also shoved down the barrel. Now, I want you to think Pirates of the Caribbean here.
Right.
The single shot, just pouring powder down, stuffing it down, or Civil War era type thing. Not your typical bullets like you see now, and it basically shoots a round ball. In fact, I printed out and we've got a picture of what a muzzle-loading rifle looks like. So what happens is you load it, it's got black powder in it, you pull the trigger and it will drop what's called the hammer, and they would have some sort of ignition system. Flint was very common, so a lot of them are called Flintlock rifles. It creates a spark, ignites the powder, just like bullets do now, except it's single shot down the barrel. That's what it comes down to. A lot of them are very ornate, and you think, okay, well, why do people have these? Or they just collect, or what's the deal with them? But there's actually surprising number of people that hunt with them.
Oh.
And you can buy modern muzzle-loading rifles. They have synthetic stock, and they look like normal rifles would today, but they're actually muzzle-loaders.
Okay.
Kind of interesting. I know Mr. Brown's question was related to, can I have this? How do I get a hold of this? So we can look at some basic firearms transfer stuff.
Okay.
So once again, that dreaded RCW comes up. So if you have firearms questions, you can go to RCW 9, Section 41. That covers firearms.
All right.
941.113 covers firearms transfers. And if you go down to Section 4, it talks about exceptions to having to go through a licensed gun dealer, fill out a bunch of paperwork, background checks, and all that sort of stuff. There are a few exceptions to having to do that. One of which is gifting or transferring to family members.
Oh, okay.
So immediate family members don't have to go through the whole process if you're just transferring the firearm between each other.
All right.
Okay. We also need to look at one other spot, and I don't think we've talked about this, but it's called the WAAC code. WAAC.
I don't believe we have.
I don't think we have. So here's another source for you, and we don't go there very often. Washington Administrative Code. Section 232.12.051, I had to dig that one out, covers muzzle loading and using them for hunting.
No kidding.
Yep.
You get a gold star for your research.
Specific, well, I found that out of the Hunter Education book.
Oh, okay.
Which
we talked about before.
So, yeah, we have.
All right.
So it covers what sort of caliber and everything. So if you have a muzzle loader and you want to use it for hunting, covers all of the details in there.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It was kind of an interesting little research project.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So there is no question that we won't try to answer, maybe with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, and we'll be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.